You know, when I look at the world, I essentially think everybody's pretty much just a prostitute in some form or way. And I'm going to explain this. This is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and hey, if you like what I'm doing, or you more likely hate what I'm doing, like, link, share, and subscribe. Share it with someone you love or hate. And you want to leave a comment. Intelligent ones are great. Rage-filled ones are entertaining. So you're not going to shock me. Been to the bowels of the internet. Let's get into this. I know a lot of people have this like puffed up image of themselves that they're somehow above certain things and other things. But if you really just break things down and ask yourself, how much did I do or work or pay for anything? You might realize you're kind of whoring yourself out to some degree. Now, most people think when you say prostitute, they think of a woman or a gay man or something, you know, someone basically getting dicks in them. But I'd argue most working men are essentially prostitutes to some degree. A prostitute, it's herself generally uses her body to get money. Well, what did you do when you went to work? Now, I think the defining difference might be, are you a prostitute or not? Like, how did you piss away your money? Was there some addictive thing that you really enjoy? Whether it's booze, drugs, sex itself, food. I'm not going to lie, I love me some good food. I love going to a good restaurant. You know, I cook for myself a lot just because, well, I'm a pretty damn good cook. But the reality is that, yeah, I know there's times that there are certain restaurants that I'm a whore for. Just how it is. So this idea when people tell me addicted, you know, like the cost of anything, I think you basically go from being an individual to a prostitute when the majority of your income gets pissed away towards one goal. Like these women who act like, well, I'm not a whore, I'm not a prostitute. Oh, really? No. A whore is someone who gives it away. A prostitute is someone who gets paid. So, honey, when you barely did any work the last month to live in that apartment, what did you trade to get that? Did you give him no sexy time? Would he put up with that? No. You gave up the sexy time. And boyfriend, husband, whatever you are. Did you not go out and work uber amounts of hours just to be able to satiate your bills so you could wet your dick? Yeah. You see, I look at things from a more honest perspective, and part of this comes down to you see these people, these so-called alpha bros, like the PUA guys, and I'm going to tell you where I stand. I'm a Zeta. I'm outside of your guys' whole stream of thinking. I'm not directing myself. My life is for me. As where you see the alpha beta crap, where basically it's a bunch of guys, like one guy's a really great provider and one guy, you know, pumps weights and stuff, and, you know, like women are really attracted to your alpha style dudes, you know, the confidence, the physical fitness, sometimes it's the car and the class and the life. But the reality is both of these guys strike me as people that are essentially pissing away the majority of their life just to satiate a feeling. And this is what weirds people out so much about a big toe monk, and that's why they instantly go for a statement like incel or some shit. It's like, yeah, let me tell you the truth. There's no such thing as an involuntary celibate unless you're somehow, you know, you're missing all your legs and arms and eyes. And you've been essentially condemned to Metallica's One, you know. Because for $200, you can get laid if you had to. And I don't recommend that because that's the type of situation that might get you some disease or something like that. But see, this part about people has never ceased to amaze me. Where they're like, oh, I don't have to go out and do that. Okay, whatever, you don't. But don't you pay for it in other ways? And to sit there and be like, yeah, but I pay rent. Okay, now let's strip away what you have. This is also when it comes down to, I had a conversation like this about gaming and gamers, where they're like, nah, dude, about me and my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. No, she's not attracted to you because you're mad skills on like Halo or fucking Call of Duty or some shit. No, she's attracted to you because, well, you're probably mediocrely attractive, and you happen to have an apartment that she can live in. So she doesn't have to work as hard to pay the bills. So, wait, essentially all the qualities about you do not matter for the most part. It's just the fact that you have resources that you can exchange. You have the vajayjay over here, and he has the money in the apartment. So she doesn't have to work as hard and lives kind of a playgirl style life. And he works really hard just to keep his satiation. Yeah, you're both giving up a part of your body for something that isn't really productive. You know, like, what's the end goal of this? Where do you end up at the end of it? Well, we got by for the next year, and we're doing okay. And then one day somebody ends up pregnant, and then that becomes the new dream demons of life. It goes from basically, I was just, like, for a guy, which is funny about this, maybe a little big toe moment here. For a guy, it went from being the one night that was awesome or mediocre or whatever to 18 years of basically, that old song, 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. It becomes that. So don't try to tell me like this old alpha bro about how, oh man, I'm so alpha. I can get all the ladies and shit. I'm like, dude, no. I know how it goes. You're basically selling yourself. She's saying what her price is, so she's actually selling. And all these people are just exchanging things, favors, money, and all this crap to feed this like dopamine addicted mentality that we exist in. So yeah, in my mind, everybody, with the exception of a few, everybody's kind of a whore or a prostitute to something or someone. This is part of the reason I don't really look down on people who are actually sex workers. They're making a free transaction. Like, hey, it's their body, their choice, right? Oh, until we come to these things. I don't even really look down on junkies either. I just think you should be able to maintain your own issues and not become a problem for society. Part of the reason I'm for legalizing drugs. Like, what that person does in their own personal time, as long as they're not running heavy machinery or, in control of anything important, that's their fucking time. They should be able to do what they want. But the thing of it I find amazing is a lot of it comes down to the normie mentality of, no, we're so high and mighty above this or that. When in fact, if you really look at these people, how much of their life do they give away? Like, you could retire at the age of 30. Like, say, for instance, driving truck and just power saving, maybe buy your own truck, do a 1099 job, like 10 years, and friggin' retire. That's why I don't believe in socialism, by the way, because I came out of poverty. But the moral of the story is before you get high and mighty on looking down on anybody or, doing some unrealistic judgment of the situation, evaluate yourself. All right, so anyways, once again, 16 tons, what do you get? And this is OTR Ogre and Corgi. If you happen to enjoy, like, link, and subscribe. If you happen to hate, do it anyways. And eat more potatoes and seaweed. It's good for you. Take it easy.